I've been asking myself that question for 30 years. Does it make economic sense to buy versus lease? And every time that I have run the numbers, it always makes more sense to buy than to lease. And the reason for that is this, is that when you buy, you have your cost of borrowing, you have your depreciation, your maintenance, and all of that. And when you lease, the lender, the auto dealer, builds all of that into the lease, and they add on to that a profit margin. So if you just ran the numbers and if you thought about this rationally, it'll always make more sense to buy than it will to lease, and it will always make more sense to pay cash for a car than it will to even borrow to buy a car. So the best decision that you can make in buying a car is to pay cash for the car that you're going to buy. Now, I've done that over the years, and I'll have to admit that I love new cars. Now, I've kind of disciplined myself that I don't buy a new car very often at all, but when I do, I pay cash for it. Several years ago, I bought a luxury car, and I've had it now for about 7 years, and it was a Lexus. It is a Lexus. And I wanted a new car. And I have a financial planner that I work with just to hold me accountable. And so I called my financial planner and I said, I wrote some books about buying versus leasing and paying cash for cars and so forth, and the cheapest car you'll ever own is the car you presently have. I said, I'm sure the rules have changed since I've been kind of out of this for a while. Well, he got back to me within just a matter of hours, and he said, Ron, I hate to tell you this, but the rules haven't changed. The cheapest car you'll ever drive is the car you're presently driving, and if you're going to buy another one, pay cash for it. Well, I knew I couldn't buy a new car, and just a few days later, I was driving down a street near our home, and a car pulled out in front of me, and I hit it broadside. And it totaled the other car. My car, I was sure, was totaled. Nobody was hurt, and as soon as I found out nobody was hurt, I said, yes, God is providing an opportunity for me to buy a new car, because I have to buy a new car. Unfortunately, my insurance agent on Monday, when I told him what had gone on Saturday, said, we never ever total a Lexus. It's always cheaper to repair a Lexus. So I am now driving a used and repaired Lexus, because I followed my own principles on this, and I've got to confess to you, I didn't like it, but it was the right thing to do, and certainly my wife agreed with this decision also. So I hope that maybe helps you and encourages you that I'm just kind of like you are.